Really, one of the best benefits that I have found to consuming Kratom is the way that it helps me manage my middle of the night pains. Right, friends. Well, many of you know that some of my best work is done in the middle of the night. I don't know if it's my best work, but it is right now 3:14. You see that? What time is it? I got the night thingy. It's 3:14 a.m. And question I get all the time by a lot of my clients is, how do I deal with the pain that keeps me up at night? It's a good question because that's every night. And I haven't slept through the night in years. So I used to get very bitter and angry about it, and I would just be like, I just want to sleep through the night, until I just let it become part of my routine that I know I'm going to be in pain in the middle of the night, and I know it's going to wake me up, and I know I may not go back to sleep. Now, that's one thing for someone like me whose schedule can allow it, whereas with someone who's got to be up at the crack of dawn, no matter what, that's going to be different for them. But here's an opportunity for me to answer another question I get all the time, which is, what do I think, is one of the best benefits of Kratom over whatever else, people want to replace it with. Ibuprofen or Oxy or Tylenol or whatever. And one of the easiest answers is middle of the night pains. Because before Kratom, and again, I've been a daily user of Kratom for 9 years. Before Kratom, it was I would have ibuprofen right next to the bed, and I'd have to have a glass of milk, and I would typically already have a glass of whole milk poured or a piece of bread, just so I could eat some bread, take some ibuprofen, so it wouldn't upset my stomach or affect my liver, over time, because I was taking so much ibuprofen back then. Upon finding Kratom, now again, we talk about harm mitigation, but upon finding Kratom, and of course, the flip side is I'm consuming a lot of plant matter, but I do it with a huge glass of water and amino acids, which is how I take it. And if you haven't seen that video, here's the video on how I best take Kratom. But being able to take a couple capsules of Kratom, but again, I take the powder, so a scoop of powder and just chug it, or have a shaker already ready next to the bed where I know I'm going to wake up at 2:30 a.m. and my legs are going to be throbbing and shaking, and I can just drink that. We also know that Kratom works best on an empty stomach because it gets into the bloodstream a little faster. The way that Kratom kicks in is just more efficient than waiting for ibuprofen to kick in or Tylenol. So for me, I wake up every night. On the average night, I would say I'm up 2 to 3 times every night when my legs either go numb or become throbbing, which is typically the case. So my legs will start throbbing in the middle of the night, and I'll feel kind of like a pulsating, or like an actual, if it's really bad, or if it's really rainy, or if it's storming, or if it's really cold, or if it's really hot, then they'll start to kind of shake, and then my legs will be throbbing in pain. That I will get at least an average of 2 to 3 times nearly every night. I haven't slept through the night in years, like I said. But when it's really bad, I'll be up every hour. I'll be up every hour for that. And so then I will take smaller doses of Kratom, like a teaspoon each time of red Bali typically. Or if I'm taking a break from that, I'll take, red elephant or super red. But if it's really bad, I'll take, twice that much, and then I'll have to wait, and typically it lasts longer anyway. So, but one of the greatest benefits of Kratom is the middle of the night pains. I can just take it and go kind of back to sleep. I just kind of lay there, but I can rest a little more peacefully because it just works faster, kicks in better. So really one of the best benefits that I have found to consuming Kratom is the way that it helps me manage my middle of the night pains is significant. So it's allowed me to become a little more, it's allowed me to find peace with my pain at night, throughout the night. Whereas I never could before, and I would just get so bitter and angry. But again, it's a blessing that my schedule can allow me to not get up at the butt crack of dawn and go cut down trees anymore. That was pretty painful. But so, friends, I hope that answers a couple questions, which it should, and it's a good timing for it, 3:15 a.m. And I just took some red Bali kratom because my legs were painful, throbbing, and shaky. And actually, I'm losing feeling in my left, the bottom of my left foot lately, since this car accident that I was in. And so that's been really aggravating, just waking me up in the middle of the night, losing feeling in my left foot. So, great, right? One more thing. But friends, we're going to get through it. That's why this channel is called Healing Together, because we're here to do this together, and there's no other option. Let's be real. We're going to get through this, okay? And a lot of you have been asking for episode number 2 in the Quit Kratom with Me series. And again, the reality is my insurance company screwed me over with my pain management medications, and I can't get off Kratom if I don't have another option for pain management. That's just not a possibility for me. We are working on that, and that has become quite a nuisance. And I could just go on with the series, but the point of the series is for you to quit Kratom with me. Now, for me, that's not a quit Kratom permanently thing. That's a take a break, because I'm going to be back on, because it is one of my main pain management sources, and I am grateful to have it. But for many people, constant Kratom consumption is not advisable, especially if you're not taking it for pain, if you're taking it recreationally, or, to get through another addiction of a DOC, a drug of choice. So when that's the case, you want to get off Kratom eventually at the right time. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed this 3:15 a.m. video. I'm going to try to go lay back down and go back to sleep. But I've already been up definitely 2 times, maybe a third time, but definitely 2 times I've been up already. No, this is the 3rd time. It is what it is, guys. The more we can find peace with our situation, the less that we, the less we find anger with it, and just the more fluid it becomes. And that's kind of what we need to do to find peace with our lives, and then allow peace to flow out of us with our relationships and towards others. So, all right, guys, find me on Instagram at Team HardgainZ. No, sorry. Find me on Instagram at Coach HardgainZ with a Z. You can also follow us at Team HardgainZ. For coaching and consultations, you can email us at coachhardgainz@gmail.com. I'm tired. Going back to bed. See you guys.